Hey guys, I'm Kajaya, and welcome to my Mars series. So, understanding your Mars. Mars in astrology, it's masculinity. Where Venus is the woman in all of us, Mars is the man in all of us. Mars energy is assertive, is active. It shows, where we want to stand out and be different from everybody else. It shows how we like to project ourselves out in public. Um, Also, along with the sun, Mars is connected to our sense of self, our confidence, how we view ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. It shows how we in what way do we go about getting the things we want, how strong our willpower is. Mars also indicates how you act when you get angry. Some people say Mars is also your sex drive, but I like to think you need to look at Eros if you really want to figure out someone's love-making style, because my Venus is in Virgo and my Mars is in Gemini. I'm very selfish in bed. My Eros is in Leo. I can be selfish in bed sometimes. But, they say Venus is all about giving. Venus in Virgo is all about giving and pleasing in bed. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about pleasing. As long as I put on a good fucking show and I get my fireworks at the end, that explosion after every superstar gives a show. Yeah, that's all I care about. Yeah, my Eros in Leo, but that's another series. But some of the things in this video I'll say you may connect to or you may disconnect to, and for that you're gonna have to look deeper into your chart. You have to find out what aspects are hitting your Mars, and also what house position your Mars is in. That all plays a role in how your Mars will function. To check out the aspects, check out my aspect series to figure out what aspects is hitting your Mars. Click right here, this little box. For house positions, wait for Mars through the houses. Again, thank you for choosing my video to watch, and welcome to my Mars in the Sign series. Bye. Mars and Aries. I'll be the first to say this. You guys have absolutely no fucking chill whatsoever. No chill. Um, Mars is at home in Aries, okay? My sister has this placement, my older sister has this placement, and a good friend of mine has this placement. You guys get the best and the worst of Aries, because Mars is at home in Aries. So, Mars in Aries is very aggressive and energetic and on a more annoying, and it's really competitive. An unevolved Mars in Aries feels like they need to compete with everyone because they feel shitty about themselves and have low self-esteem. A more evolved Mars in Aries know that there is no fucking competition. The only competition there is them. Be better than who they were 5 minutes ago. Self-competition is more on the level of a more evolved Mars in Aries, and competition with everyone else because they're insecure is more of a unevolved Mars in Aries. Mars and Aries have really quick emotions. I understand this. My moon is in Aries. So people with their Mars in Aries have a very short fuse, to the point to where your temper just always gets the best of you. You have to remember that Aries is the child of the zodiac. Okay? So when your temperament is in a child, Mars and Aries people have the most childish attitudes of them all. A Mars and Aries person can get into an argument with a fucking 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old will look more mature than the Mars and Aries person who's like fucking 40 years old. Like, they just have the most childish and immature attitude. Honestly, I think this is a shitty placement when it's unevolved. Mars and Aries can be a bit overly confident and impulsive when it comes to making decisions, which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. But on a positive end, they always seem to make the best out of whatever situation they get themselves into. They do not really let obstacles stand in their way. A more evolved Mars and Aries person has a strong sense of self. They know who they are, and they know who others are. They have an understanding of other people, so they don't feel like they need to be in control or boss people around. An unevolved Mars and Aries has a false sense of self, so when reality hits them in the face, they go crazy. They go, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. And they lack an understanding of other people around them, so, shit just falls apart. Patience is not something that comes easy to you guys. Like I said, Moon in Aries, I know. Compromising is something you guys have to learn. Learning to give and take, and that you always can't be the boss. But in closing, when Mars in Aries is evolved and mature, it is actually a great placement. Because at the end of the day, you will end up on top. Aries is that energy. It's first. It's in charge. It's the fucking boss. It's that revolutionary. It's that person that, one thing, something that people can learn from a Mars and Aries person is that you guys will always stand up for yourself. You will not allow someone to disrespect you. But yeah, you guys, Aries is a very sensitive energy. So sometimes you may think someone has disrespected you when they really haven't. So you have to watch that, just a more evolved Aries is the best energy to be around. Unevolved Mars and Aries is just really immature, and because they like constant stimulation, they'll do anything for attention. They'll stir up drama. But a Mars and Aries person, Aries energy is really detached. Because it's first, it's self-centered. Mars and Aries, or Aries energy in general, is very self-centered. So if you're a mature Mars and Aries, all you care about is yourself and where the fuck you're going and where you need to be and how you're going to get there. You really don't care about mixing and mingling with other people because you ain't got time for that shit. You don't give a fuck. But, yeah, that's my little tangent. Little riff, my little run on Mars and Aries. It's a great placement when it's matured. It's a shitty placement when it's unevolved, like any other sign or any other planet. That is my video. Like, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think, and that's it. Bye.